St. Martin, the friendly island awash with natural beauty. On May 10th, 2013, the island became part of an amazing experience as some of the leaders in civil society gathered at the Sonesta Great Bay Resort for the Chick-fil-A LEADERCAST. The Chick-fil-A LEADERCAST is a one-day leader development event broadcast live from Atlanta, Georgia to hundreds of sites throughout the world, including St. Martin, thanks to the foresight of the Victorious Living Foundation. The theme for this year's event is Simply Lead. The attendees at Friday's event were drawn from a wide cross-section of society, including business, the clergy, education, healthcare, and government, among other sectors. Participants followed the presentations of world-renowned speakers on leadership streamed live and projected on a large screen in one of the conference rooms at Sonesta Great Bay Resort. Among the star-studded LEADERCAST were Andy Stanley, best-selling author and communicator, Jack Welch, former chairman and CEO of General Electric, Mike Krzyzewski, head men's basketball coach of Duke University and Team USA, John Maxwell, best-selling author and a leadership consultant, Roque Denver, Navy SEAL and star of the 2012 movie Act of Valor, Sandy Richards-Ross, 2012 London Olympic gold medalist in track and field, David Allen, best-selling author of Getting Things Done and productivity expert, and Dr. Condoleezza Rice, Secretary of State between 2005 and 2009 via exclusive Simply Lead video interview. LEADERCAST participants left motivated and inspired to simply lead.
For me, it was wonderful. I really believe it's something necessary for us here as business owners, entrepreneurs, young leaders aspiring to be, and for Victorious Living Foundation to come across such great authors, writers, leaders, and their own rights. To bring it to us here in St. Martin is a dynamic thing.
I think it was a very unique opportunity to come together, to listen to some world-renowned leaders and speakers, and I think that the organization and St. Martin has been able to put it together. It was uniquely put together.
My experience was a wake-up call in a sense, because I'm a member of the Youth Parliament. The whole experience here today that was brought to me as a youth, it is imperative that we have now to step up and take leadership roles.
Visionary of the Victorious Living Foundation, Dr. Nicole Ername Francis, was pleased with the outcome of the Chick-fil-A LEADERCAST, despite the challenges endured in the planning phase.
It was beyond what I expected, and I was very pleased to see the number of people who came out. And in addition to that, the response was phenomenal. I have been promoting it quite a bit for the past 2.5 months and even beyond that. And I myself didn't really know what I was going to expect. I was just going by pure faith and trust that it was the right thing to do at the right time. And this was even before knowing the political climate that we would be in at this moment. And what I always say is that God is sovereign. He knows everything. We can make our plans, but He will be the one to have the final say. And as the day to the Chick-fil-A LEADERCAST, came closer, and all these things that unfurled on one single day, when a number of political things happen in Curacao and St. Martin and around the world, and you're wondering to yourself, are these signs of times to come, even worse than we have seen before? And the question is, what will we do? How will we respond? And it's time to simply lead, and I I feel satisfied, I feel encouraged, I actually feel elated because I sat back at many times during the session and observed the faces of the people who come from a wide cross-section of the community and from every sphere that you could think of. And I looked at their faces and I saw the transformation that was taking place. I saw what was happening internally, and all the hassle and all the struggle that I had to go through in order to make it happen was fulfilling for me at that juncture as I watched it. And at the end of it, and so many people said yes, they want to continue, it was very encouraging. So I'm happy. Are there things that we would like to see improve? Of course, always. But all in all, I'm very pleased. Well, I think the structures of leadership, the systems of leadership that persons have been engaging in for the past years have proven that they are not worthy systems. And servant leadership, the ability to recognize that it's not about you, but it's about empowering the people around you, and each of you collectively and collaboratively working together with simplicity, simply in a way that you want to achieve your objectives. That's what it's all about. Not complicating things, not the bureaucracy that is government, the definition of government, as you would say, but us fully grasping what is our vision, what is our purpose, why are we doing what we're doing, and where do we fit into all of it, was a very vital part of this whole training for today on meeting. Well, I know for sure that I will be hosting it again, and this time expanding it and extending it to the Caribbean islands, because there's very few islands in the Caribbean that are currently hosting it. And this is the first time actually that St. Martin is participating in this. And I am just very grateful. I am saying this because you would not even imagine half of it. Very grateful that it has come off, and it not just only came off, but it came off with excellence. And I am sending out a request and invitation to the other islands in the Caribbean, and to those who are overseas and internationally, because St. Martin has sea, fun and sun, and in addition to that you're learning. Why not just combine the whole thing together, that we will all continue to grow together. And the LEADERCAST is just one of many conferences that Victorious Living will be hosting over the next several years, because we are going to expand into that arena of enlightening, empowering, and enriching people's lives with transformation and the renewing of their minds.
Representatives of the contributors to the event were also present with display tables, namely the St. Martin Chamber of Commerce, a platinum contributor, and Dartum NV, a silver contributor. Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, Claret Connor.
It's a pleasure for us to actually be involved in an initiative such as this, because we feel that the Chamber of Commerce, as an institution that register businesses on St. Martin, we have always been looking for ways and avenues to help stimulate not only leadership but entrepreneurship. And we found that that a session such as this is very much in line with the areas in helping develop and foster that relationship with the chamber and private sector, and the extension the business sector. Leadership is paramount to anything that you do, and understanding the role of a leader helps to develop and sustain movement and progress. So as it pertains to the importance of leadership, I feel that once people understand what it takes to be a leader, they will understand simultaneously what is required of them personally in order for them to achieve that leadership status quality. Just looking at the audience in there, I see that there are a lot of persons who work with various institutions on the island, and I believe that exposing any individual to such information coming from the list of presenters that were here today, and I must commend Victorious Living for leading in this cause, because it gives the participants the opportunity to to gain exposure, some knowledge, some insight, and in depth on the vast experiences that the presenters brought.
Dartum NV operates several companies and provides a myriad of services, including customer service. Representatives of the company found the LEADERCAST very useful, as they see leadership as a vital tool in customer service.
It's a very educational event. It caters to informing and how should I say, putting the leadership in a better perspective. It's very educational. I sat in for the entire day, and I learned a lot. And it's a pity that a lot more leaders in this society didn't show up, because I think it's very important. What the speakers had to say was very important for them to understand. My highlight was Andy Stanley, Mr. Henry Cloud. They were very interesting. And also Mike Krzyzewski, he was also very inspiring. You know, all of them are teaching a true leadership, a true leader. And I took notes of a lot of what they had to say, because when I go back to my my company where I work, I'm going to enlighten my bosses about it.
The Victorious Living Foundation is grateful to all of its contributors to the event, especially the main contributor, the Government of St. Martin, under the auspices of the Ministry of Tourism and Economic Affairs. Thanks are also extended to UTS for providing the streaming, WTN, Cable TV, Sinester Great Bay, PJD2, Share Restaurant, Little Man Productions, and all others who supported in one way or the other. Persons interested in learning more of the Victorious Living Foundation may call 1-721-524-8731 or visit www.victoriouslivingssxm.org. And mark the day for next year's LEADERCAST, May 9th, 2014. The Victorious Living Foundation, established since 2002 by Dr. Erna May Francis. The Victorious Living Foundation one-page plan for fiscal year 2013-2014. Vision: to be the leading total wellness, family and youth-oriented community service provider in the world, while empowering our local, Caribbean and global communities to maximize their God-given potential. Mission: to enlighten and reconcile persons to our Creator and each other and empower them to live victoriously. Objectives: VLF is financially sustainable, takes care of all its expenses with a monthly surplus, reduce truancy, juvenile delinquency and crime in our society, improve the academic and holistic performance of our youth, cultivate strong spiritual, moral and social values in our youth, strengthen family relations, communication skills, interpersonal skills, restore broken marriages and families. Action plans: strengthen and further develop and expand our mentorship program for youth 5 to 19 years. Strengthen and further develop and expand our counseling program for families and couples. Strengthen and further develop and expand our coaching program for individuals and groups. Visit our website or call our office. Join us in making a difference in our community.